Today we are going to introduce you more about POE. There are 5 parts including POE culture, POE company profile, POE culture, general office space products, general office space products, and quality control. First of all, 我还没开始，我在练习。First of all, we would like to say Happy Thanksgiving Happy Thanksgiving Day 是吗
Happy Thanksgiving Day.
Happy 可以啊 Happy Thanksgiving Day to you. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving Day 就好了，简单一点。简单一点就好了。你在读哪里
？Okay. Hi guys, welcome to POE live stream again. I'm Abby Guo.
Amy Liu.
Yeah, today we are going to introduce you more about POE. First of all, we would like to say
Happy
Thanksgiving Day. Yeah, hope you are having a good time with your family. Yeah, there are 5 parts included. First, company profile, POE culture, July Office PCB's products, July Office PCBA's products, and quality control. First, I will introduce you about POE company profile. POE is a PCB company and has developed a well-known turnkey PCB assembly company over the years, providing high and low volume batches at reasonable prices and high quality, from making the boards to shipping the final product and everything in between. With imported state-of-the-art fully automatic production machines, professional sales team, purchasing team, and engineer team located in Shenzhen, China, UK, USA, and Canada, POE is able to provide customers with low-cost, one-stop contract manufacturing service, including PCB fabrication, components procurement, PCB assembly, programming, cable assembly, final PCBA testing, final case assembly, coding, worldwide shipping, and so on. Yeah. And POE customers are primarily from the USA, Canada, Europe, Australia, Middle East, Brazil, Russia, Ukraine, Asia, and so on. And in a wide variety of industries like media, telecommunications, airplane recorder, automobile, database information, 5G, IoT, robot, industrial, home appliance, consumer electronics, and LED products. Yeah, we can sum of the pictures. First one is the visual inspection, and the right one is the meeting room in our factory, and AOI machines, and completed the PCBA boards, and the pick and place machine. And that's for the company profile. And next, Amy will introduce you POE culture in August.
Yes, here you can see we are just moved to a new office in the CBD of Shenzhen. Yeah, here you can see this is a tree with our fingerprints, and just like it, POE is the trunk and our colleagues is the leaves. We work together to make our company better. And as we know, the office is not just a physical property, but the well-being of employees and the whole company. POE now is located in the heart of the financial and trade district in Shenzhen, with a superior office environment. And for our hardworking and the support of our customers, POE, new POE is in this office building. We moved there in July, and for you can see in the picture, it's a tidied and clean and bright office we work in it. And the open office space breaks the traditional division, and with the public seminar and meeting areas. the breakout areas of facilitated full communications and exchange between staff. Simple but unpretentious decoration styles, light and airy office, fully covered cooling and heating equipment, fully surrounded by the green pens. Yeah, and then we also have some award activities. In the first picture, you can see that our general manager is there award the excellent workers in our office. An exceptional and passionate team working with rhythm and strength to achieve success, working together to serve our customers all around the world and achieve our goals. POE has a perfect institutional systems and humanistic reward mechanisms. The employees work hard and create success, keep innovating and embrace challenges, and use their hard work to achieve full results. In the second picture, you can see we have a meeting. Yes, and the third, we just moved to our office. It's bright and clean. The last one is this is our management team. In the August, we held birthday parties. Yes, POE placed great emphasis on the personal and emotional care of the staff group and hosts birthday parties every month. Yes, and between the confettis, balloons, and cake, office birthday parties offer POE employees a brief respite from their day-to-day. We enjoy tasty food and the blessing of our colleagues and taking beautiful photos, of course. And such activities makes us feel appreciated and brings us together, both of which help to form deeper relationships between team members and across the organizations. And you can see that we have many delicious food and beautiful cakes. For the other pictures, you can see there is a Chinese desktop competition in August too. And in addition to the regular monthly activities such as the birthday parties, new activities also introduced from time to time, such as this competition. The aim of these activities is to make everyone pay attention to the needs and comforts of their workstation and to create a warm and efficient working environment. During the competition, all of us made our workstations clean and tiny and even decorate them in a creative way. The winners of the competition was awarded the best-selling book of the year, which is the kind of spiritual enrichment that POE wants to see. Yeah. And then we will also have some meetings to improve our jobs, like the POE data recovery. Yes, we introduced, it is in the early August. We organized the internal company meetings with the top management to make work summary in the past few months and discuss what we can improve. As POE has evolved over the years, we have held such meetings every few months to improve ourselves. Yes, with the help of the teams, we know what additional service we need to provide to our clients, such as more professional expressions for the EQ and the solution for the problems our clients encountered in their projects, and a step-by-step plan to prevent future problems from recurring. this is how we have been improving ourselves for 26 years. And as a responsible company, we pay attention to every detail of our clients' projects.
Yes.
Yes. And next is our activities in September. September is a super September activities. In order to make the whole staff deeply understand the activities, pay attention to the development of the company, better promote the activities and enrich the company's culture. POE's leadership led all departments and teams to participate in the kick-off meeting of the Super September. Yeah. And on August 26th, POE team's representative attends the launch meeting of Super September. POE is united and high spirit, enthusiastic, and bound to win in this event. And in the September, we prepare various discounts and benefits for our clients, no matter new customers or regular customers. This activity is an annual activities made by Alibaba platforms. POE as a top enterprise with our own strength factory was invited to participate in these activities again. And according to the introduction of the general manager, POE has been preparing for this Super September since mid-August. And above all, you can see that we are a team full of vitality and united, so that we can provide our customers better service and products.
Yes.
Here
right.
we will go into next party and POE PCB sales.
Yes.
Abby will introduce that.
Yeah, I will introduce you some PCB samples that manufactured in July and August. The first one is this one. It is, as we can see, it is purple solder mask, and it is 4 layers and ENIG surface treatment. And then we can see this one. Yes, it is normal grain solder mask PCBs, and it is 2 layers and HASL and 1 ounce, and white silk screen. And another special one is this. You can see this is a purple. Yeah. Oh, sorry, a pink solder mask, and so POE is able to customize any color of the solder mask. So if you have any question or needs about PCB fabrication, please feel free to contact us.
Yes.
Yeah, and it is the keyboard PCB. Yeah, that's for the PCB samples, and Amy will introduce you about the PCBA samples.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, and I would like to introduce you some PCB equipment. The first one is the drilling machine, and the second one is PTH, and the third one is the CNC outline, and the fourth one is LDI, and the circuit etching and the zinc copper. Yeah, that's the main PCB equipment. And if you would like to know more, we can talk about next time. And then Amy will introduce you some PCB samples.
Yes. Here we will introduce some PCB products produced in July and August. It's our factory's environment, you can see. And the first one is an 16 layers PCB assembly. The material is FR4 high TG. It's TG 170 degrees Celsius, and its finishment is ENIG immersion gold and gold fingers with 10 mils. And it also has a special process, which is resin plugging vias, and it has BGA on it. And the second one is a 12 layer PCB assembly, and its material is also FR4 high TG, and its finish treatment is just immersion gold. And its copper thickness is 1 ounce, and it's an impedance control board. And the third one is a 16 layers PCB assembly, and it's a large size PCB. And the fourth is a 14 layers PCB. And the sixth, the sixth one is complete PCB A, and its finishment is immersion gold, and its copper thickness is 2 ounce. Yeah. This blue one is a 10 layers PCB, and its material is FR4, and its finish treatment is hostile sleeve free. And we also have black soda mask, and the green one is simple. Here is some special baseball material PCBA and different outline. Yeah. This one is the SMT line. Yes. And below are some PCBA equipments in our factories. The first one is an SMT, is an high-speed SMD machines. You can pick and place the SMD very quickly, very fast. Yes. Okay, and now Andy will introduce the last.
Yes, I will talk about the details of these machines. Yeah, the first one we can see is the SMD machines. It is pick and place machines. Yeah, actually, our company has two different kinds of pick and place machines. The first one is the high-speed pick and place machine. To reach high speed, the components are mainly the small size parts. The package are mostly 0201, 04, 02, 06, 03, and it can reach to 30,000 to 50,000 for an hour. And the second one is a multifunctional pick and place machine. It can not only place a small size components, but also place a large size component like ICs with 660 contacts. It can reach 10,000 to 20,000 points per hour. And the second one you can see is the solder paste inspection. The amount of the solder paste printing is with tolerance, but the area should be greater than 75% of the area of the pad. We always check each PCB carefully before going to the next step. So there's the SPI machine, which is solder paste inspection. SPI system uses visual methods to monitor printed solder paste for defects. They are able to detect a variety of defects such as noodles, scratches, and stains, as well as the more familiar dimensional defects such as volume, area, height, shape, shift, bridge, and overflow. And then we can see is the automatic solder paste. This machine is introduced from Korea. At the beginning, the internal vision system aligns the stencil with the board. Look at the machine inside. We can see there's the bridge on the top and the stencil with solder paste on middle and the board bottom. After the switch prints the solder paste, the stencil and board are then separated and uploaded. There is dust-free paper inside. The stencil is wiped every 10 prints to remove excess solder paste remaining on the stencil. It is automatically, and the cleaning frequency can be free to choose. If with BGA or high density footprint, higher cleaning frequency is required to ensure the printing quality. We can control it on a computer.
Yes.
The material used in this stage are a stencil and solder paste. And next one is the AOI. As we all know, it's critical to control the right temperature for the boards. AOI machine check whether there are some defects and then repair them. Most of factory has the offline AOI only, but POE has both online and offline AOI machines. Offline AOI stands for automatic optical inspection, a key equipment used in the quality control. It works perfectly for both bare PCBs and PCBAs. For PCB inspection, defects are checked such as shorts, opens, and insufficient solder. And for PCBA inspection, issues are inspected including component soldering, polarity, and values. Offline AOI does not disrupt manufacturing flow, which maximizes utilization of the production line. In addition, offline AOI is perfect for low volume or prototype manufacturing. Inline AOI equipment is typically not available for this level of production. Our AOI pass rate is 99.5%. If there are any defect, our operator will mark the defect and then we will repair them. And then we can see the wave soldering. Wave soldering is a bulk soldering process that enables one to manufacture many circuit boards in a very short amount of time. It works by passing each circuit board over a pan of mounted solder. A pump in the pan creates a wave of solder that washes over the board, soldering the components to the board. The PCB then receives a water spray air blowing to safely cool it and fix parts in place. This is the oven we use to bake the PCB and some special components like BGAs. Different PCB and components are shipped with different temperatures. Besides of that, we can see the Revlo oven. The oven contains multiple tandems, which can be individually controlled for temperature. Generally, there are several heating zones followed by one or more cooling zones. The PCB moves through the oven over a conveyor belt and is therefore subjected to a controlled time temperature profile. They spend about 5 to 7 minutes inside the 10 temperature zone oven. It hands it up slowly, steadily. The solder paste is reflowed in this stage and the components are fully soldered onto the boards. The boards are heated to about 235 to 245 centigrade. And our technician will adjust temperature according to the PCB thickness, component density, and temperature tolerance of components. And then we can see the X-ray. It is the 3D X-ray machine. This machine is typically used to evaluate the solder joints for BGA, QFN, and some complicated ICs which have solder joints cannot be visually inspected. The angle of the camera can be adjusted to view the board from different angles without to rotate the samples. And then it gives us a 3D analysis of the solder joints. So we can check each solder joint in the pad to make sure that the voids are less than 30%. The voids can be calculated automatically for any given pads. And if there is any problem with the data, we will find out the problem and repair them. And the last one we would like to introduce you is the automated board loader. There are 3 frames for us to put the bare PCBs, and then the board will automatically comes to the facility when the system on. The low frame will lift when the upper frame is empty, so it's much more continuous. The biggest PCB dimension for this facility is 40 6 by 120 centimeter, and it can put 50 boards in one frame. So 3 frames can take about 150 boards. And that's all for the first part, yes. And next we are talking about the quality control. And first we can see some certifications we have. The first one is the ROSE, and second one is ISO 9001 2015. And the third one is important. It is the ISO 13485 2016. It is related to the medical, so POE is able to manufacture the PCBAs used in medical equipment. And the fourth and the fifth is the REACH and UL. Besides of that, those POEs also have strict customer information confidentiality management system, and so we will not explore our customers' any information. And then let's welcome Amy to introduce the BOM and Gerber review process.
And as we know, the Gerber file and BOM and pick and place files are necessary for PCBA assembly. Our experienced team always reviews your BOM and circuit boards and prepared to the production. We generally reviews the BOM to look for any discrepancies such as duplicate part numbers, mismatches between the part numbers and the descriptions, and incomplete part numbers. We will communicate any BOM issues to you directly if we do find some mistakes that occurred in the design process.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah, and then we see a picture. It is about automatic SMT production line. SMT production line has fully automated processes. The first step for the SMT production is automated board loader, as we just talked about, and that is we put the PCB board in the loader, and then the PCB will be transferred to the stencil printing machine for solder paste printing, and the solder paste injection machine to guarantee the printing quality, and then enter the pick and place machine to place components of different sizes on the PCB, and then enter the regular oven for high temperature soldering. And on the right, you can see some
other process.
About the quality control, important processes. The first one is visual inspection. The simplest form of PCBA inspection is manual visual inspection. Our technicians will compare the board to the Gerber files to ensure that all specifications were met. It can be useful to perform a manual visual inspection after nearly every step in the assembly process. And then it is the FAI. First article inspection is mainly to find out the factors affecting the quality of the product in the production process as early as possible, and prevent the product from being out of tolerance, repair, and scrap. Through the FAI system, a systematic reasons such as BGA, welding quality, measuring instrument accuracy, join, and so on can be found, so that corrective or improvement measures can be taken to prevent bad non-conforming products from occurring.
And for the next step is the AOI is used in computers to check the defects. And the AOI means automatic optional inspections. It is to obtain the image of the device or the PCB through CCD photography, and then through the computer processing and analyze and comparison to determines defeats and falls. The advantage is that the detection speed is fast and the programming time is short. So it can be placed in different positions and in the production line so that the falls and defeats can be timely and the production and detection are combined into one. And the next one is an X-ray machine. We use this X-ray inspection technologies, and it is usually refers to automatic X-ray inspection. It is a technology used to inspect the hidden features of target objects or products with X-ray as its source. Nowadays, X-ray inspection is widely used in a lot of applications such as medical, introduction control, the aerospace. As for PCB inspection, X-ray is massively used in the process of PCB assembly in order to test the quality of PCBs.
Yes.
Yes, which is one of the most important steps for quality control.
Yeah. And then we can some pictures about the e-test and the programming and the functional test. Except for those we just talk about, the following programming and functional testing are necessary for quality control. First, about the programming, is your product functionally fit for release? This question depends on how customer focused you are. Without consistently delivering a compelling experience, brands or enterprises cannot boost customer satisfaction. Programming, loading, and functional testing services validate that application performs as per with the desired functionality specifications and competently meets the end user expectations. Our functional testing solution are and aid our clients in increasing their client base, enjoying greater ROI and gaining a better market standing. And then we can see our factory environment. Yeah, as we all can see, POE factory is kept clean, no dust, no corrosive gas, and production workshop should have cleanliness control. Production workshop environment temperature to 20 to 26 is and average of 17 and 28 centigrade. Relative humidity is about 45% to 45% RH. And workshopping capacity, vibration, and noise requirements. Factory ground bearing capacity should be greater than 8 kg per square meter, and the vibration should be controlled at least 70 dB with a maximum value of no more than 80 dB. Besides, the noise should be controlled within 70 dB. Yeah. And then
about power supply and the air and the exhaust and lighting, they're all important to the environment.
Yes.
For the first, we will meet the general requirements of the single phase AC 220 Hz and three phase AC 380 Hz. The power of electronic supply should be more than double the power consumption. For the air, according to the requirements of the equipment's configurations of air pressure, it can be plant air and also configures individually oil-free compressed air machines. The general pressure is greater than 7 kilograms square centimeters. Yes. And about the exhaust, the throat soldering and wave soldering equipments need an exhaust fan. For a hot brass stove, the exhaust pipe of the minimum flow rate value is 500 cubic feet per minute. And about the lighting, in the ideal plant, illumination is 800 to 1200 luxes, and at least not less than 300 luxes. when low intensity of illumination, inspection, repair, and measurement work areas should ensure local lighting.
Yes.
Yes.
Except for those, ESD protection is also important. Some components are electrostatic sensitive, so they must be well protected from electrostatic. There are some methods to reduce electrostatic, like connecting the equipment to ground or other conductor substances by wires, and building an anti-static material on the floor.
Yeah.
Yes, and actually, environmental impact has long been a challenging issue for the printed circuit board industry. POE is historically a strong proponent of sustainable manufacturing. Everyone in POE is aware of this importance and strictly follows the ISO 14,000 environmental management system. POE will continue to cooperate with all our material suppliers who may be affected by the new rules compliance regulations. Every kind of raw material from copper clad laminate, solder mask, electroplating, and all processes, surface treatments such as OSD, HASL free, ENIG, and so on. All of them are rules compliant.
Yes.
Yes. And also, employee health and safety are the foundation of the corporate culture at POE. We promote the values of people-oriented and safety first and encourage employees to regard their own health and safety. And in addition, the workshop is the core of the PCB factory and the home rely on. Regular training in the workshop environment and personnel requirements are indispensable and important links. And last but not least, POE adheres to clean production in accordance with the environmental management system and pays attention to the environment and safety control in the production process and the labor protection of employees. We rigorously implement relevant laws and strictly including the safe production law, the fire prevention law of PRC, and the Code of Occupational Disease Prevention to establish safe production responsibility at every level. Yes, and that's all for the introduction from Anne and Amy. And then next, we would like to hand over to 5 and 10, and they will talk about PCB assembly with you. Yeah. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Hello everyone, welcome to POE live stream. I'm Tan, this is my colleague Sai. Hello, this is Sai.
I'm grateful to have you here to join POE Lab Shop. Today, we are going to introduce our company, our products, and also talk about the printing circuit board assembling process.
Yes, POE has been in PCB and PCBA industrial for over 24 years, and we have two factories in Shenzhen. One is PCB factory in Shajingbaoan, and the other one is SMT factory, which is located in Shiyan Baoan. You can Google POE online to have more information about our factories.
That's right. POE is manufacturer that provide turnkey PCBA service. If you send us design file like Gerber file or other PCB document, we can manufacture the PCB based on it. And we also need bond list, the pick and place file. With this file, we can provide you the completed PCBA.
Correct. We have professional and experienced sales team, and we are two salespeople. We are well coached so that we can fully understand your request and give you some technical suggestions about your projects when you need some questions. And everyone in our team has more than 2 years experience. We all are very responsible for your project from the beginning to the end. You are welcome to ask any question or concerns anytime. We will reply you in time.
Yes, and you can find out the production status from us. Also, we have professional component sourcing team. POE has over 24 years experience in electronic components purchasing area. 15 procurement engineers all have at least 3 years experience of component sourcing. We also have ERP system to manage the components. POE has lots of component partners. We source the component from famous distributors such as DGK, Mouser, Arrow, IS, and we also work with agents for any brand like Microchip, TI, ADI. Component is very important for the PCBA assembling service. POE has strict process to ensure the reliability of our suppliers.
That's true. We purchase some components not only from overseas countries, but also from mainland China. We have many Chinese brand suppliers who supply good quality components, with lower price, so we can give you some suggestions based on the Chinese replacement to save your budget, such as connector, LED switches, etc. But we need your confirmation with each replacement. We promise that we will not use any replacement without getting approval from you.
Yes, and we also consult with clients for any change in technical details. And we have engineer who can analyze your file, like we have engineer to have design ruler check for Gerber before the production. Also, we have fine engineer who have over 5 years experience in PCBA industry. They are familiar with the machines, the production, the programming, and quality control. They can easily judge where the problems are for a board.
That's right. Now let's talk about the printed circuit board assembly. As we all know, as a basic component of electronic product, printed circuit board PCBs affect our daily life almost everywhere. For example, they are used in household appliances, computers, digital device, medical, electronic equipment, military science. Almost all electronic equipment cannot be separated from the PCB.
After the PCB is ready, the electronic components and parts can be assembled on it. Then the board is called as PCBA, and it can be used for electronics. PCB assembling prototype refers to pilot production before mass production of PCB. The primary function is to test the performance and reliability for the board. The upgrading for electronic has led to increasing demands for PCB assembling prototypes.
How's the current situation of PCB assembly?
For now, it's difficult for European and American customers to do PCB assembly. First, high cost and long-time delivery always are the worries for PCB assembly in Europe and America, because the limited local PCB manufacturers are struggling to keep up the market demands, and there are only few manufacturers that can provide one-stop service for PCBA assembly. If customers do the PCB assembly in their own countries, they may be cost more money and time. Moreover, language and cultural difference also make it hard for customers to do PCBA in their own country. For example, many foreign train companies can provide PCB assembling service, but there are not many people who are good at both foreign language and PCB manufacturing technologies. Therefore, finding a proper PCB manufacturer is not an easy task.
Yes, turnkey of PCB assembly has become a mainstream trend in China. To meet the growing needs and improve the market competition, many PCB assembly manufacturers offer turnkey service to domestic and international customers. For example, POE is a professional PCB manufacturer that can provide a one-stop service from PCB manufacturing, component sourcing, PCB assembly, and PCB test for European and American customers. Turnkey service reduces customers' time in contacting with multiple suppliers for separate steps in PCB assembly manufacturing. And the scientific order arrangement system allows customers to get PCB assembly products with higher quality and lesser cost in a shorter time than the traditional way of PCB assembly. Turnkey service make it possible to prototype PCBs in 12 hours and prototype PCB assembly in 24 hours to 7 hours, not even a minimum quality demand. Of course, the service of PCB manufacturing, component sourcing, and PCB assembly can be chosen separately or in combination way.
Yes, as OEM PCB and PCBA supplier, advanced equipment, top quality materials, professional engineers, and on-time delivery are the important factors for good turnkey PCB and PCBA supply. OEM PCB POE can provide cost-effective solution for different demands and ensure the quality at the same time. The sales in POE also have been trained in professional knowledge about PCB manufacturing, which can solve the communication problem and at the technical level between sales and customers.
We are going to talk about our SMT assembly capabilities. SMT, the full name is Surface Mount Technology. SMT is a way to mount the component or parts onto the board. Due to the better outcome and high efficiency, SMT has become the primary approach used in the process of PCB assembly. In the past, PCB manufacturers mainly used full-hole assembly to install components, but SMT has replaced the former assembly method with soldering technology. And you can find the SMT has replaced the you can find the PCBs manufactured through SMT assembly produced in all electronic industries such as computer, telecommunications, smartphones, household appliances, etc. The general process of SMT assembly including printing, solder, paste, mounting components with flow soldering, AOI, and FAR.
And now we are going to introduce some advantage of PCB SMT assembly. First one, SMT component has small size and lightweight. Using SMT technology to assemble the component onto the board helps to reduce the entire size and weight for PCB. This assembly method allows us to place more components in a restricted space, which can achieve compact design and better performance.
SMT technology has higher reliability. After the prototype is confirmed, the entire SMT assembly process is almost automated with machine, making it minimize the errors that may be caused by manual involvement. SMT technology ensures the reliability and the consistency of the PCBs.
And SMT technology can save you some cost and production. SMT assembly usually realized through automated machine. We know the input cost for machine is very high, but the automated machine helps to reduce manual steps during SMT process, which can improve the production efficiency and lower the production cost. and that fewer material will be used than through-hole assemble, and the component cost will be reduced too.
We have a completely computerized SMT workshop for mass production. For the small batch orders, prototyping all the complicated parts, we also provide manual soldering service. We have several PCB types for assembly: FR4 board, aluminum board, flexible board, rigid flex board, etc. Except for SMD assembly, other assembly types such as BGA assembly, through-hole assembly, mixed assembly, and kit assembly are also available. When you place a SMT order, you should provide these files like Gerbil files such as Gerbil file used for PCB preparation, BOM file, bill of material list, CPL file, component placement list, or PMP pick and place file.
We have professional team to provide turnkey PCB service for SMT orders. Our engineers are specializing in every step in PCB manufacturing and PCB SMT prototypes. No matter you offer all the components, or we will provide you all the components. All the components and SMT process are carefully checked and matched according to a design and request.
Let's talk about the through-hole assembly. Through-hole assembly is a method for producing electronic circuit in which the components are installed through leads. It refers to the mounting process that inserts the leads to the drill hole and solders the components on the board by wave soldering or manual soldering.
Over time, PCB design moved from single-side board to double-sided board, then came to multi-layer board. Through-hole assembling is difficult to meet requirements of modern electronics. Nowadays, SMT technology has gradually replaced through-hole construction in many PCB manufacturing. But through-hole assembling is still irreplaceable in some applications, such as capacitor, connectors, and some large transformers. And now we are going to introduce some features for through-hole assembly.
It is high reliability. The through-hole assembly provides higher environmental stress because the components are held on the board by using leads inserting into the holes rather than simply being soldered on the PCB surface as the SMT components. Thus, through-hole assembly offers a more robust physical connection, making it the preferred process for the military and aerospace industry that have higher reliability requirements. Through-hole components are easy for manual operation. Through-hole components are easier to replace position, making this assembly method widely used in the applications that need PCB testing and PCB prototyping.
Through-hole component has high durability, with high heat resistance and high stress tolerance. Through-hole components often appear in industrial, mechanical, and equipment. Because through-hole LEDs are very bright and durable, you can find them in the LED lights and giant billboards.
Lower manufacturing efficiency. Due to the extra steps of drilling and hold component using leads, through-hole assembly is time-consuming, which has higher cost and lower production efficiency.
Through-hole assembling has limited PCB design. Through-hole assembling is not suitable for multi-layer PCB because the drill holes must cover all the layers of the board, which increases the difficulty for layer design and PCB manufacturing. And the entire side and board would be also bigger than SMT PCB, causing the application area is more restricted.
With the rapid development of technology, some manufacturing methods have been gradually phased out. Old techniques like through-hole technology may have their limitations, but they still have some advantage over new technologies. Through-hole technology proved to have a lasting effect due to its reliability and strength. POE provides semi-automated, fully automated, and menu insertion techniques for through-hole assembly. If you need more information about through-hole technology for your PCB project, please contact us. All in all, POE has been specializing in PCB prototyping and PCBA manufacturing service for over 20 years, serving over 20,000 customers worldwide a year. We have our own PCB and SMT factories with the latest professional production equipment to handle the PCB and the PCBA manufacturing process. We have 24-hour online customer service to help our customer with any problems they may encounter with their order. All your orders are reviewed by POE engineers before production and before shipment. Our principle is to use our expertise to ensure that your product exceeds your expectations. And we will have some questions like, what is our MOQ? Sorry.
MOQ in POE we don't have MOQ, so you can just order like 1 piece or 2 pieces or any quantity you need. But we don't recommend you to just order 1 piece from us because the cost for 1 piece, 5 piece, 10 piece might be nothing difference. Okay, next. What kind of equipment do you have? About this, we can introduce some equipment, some of machines in our PCB assembly. We also have some pictures for reference. So over here, you can see the machine PCB loading machine. This machine is PCB loading machine is the first step for the whole SMT production. We will put the bare PCB over here, and you will be sent to the next machine. So the next machine is automatic solder tester machine. With this machine, you can see the SMT stencil inside. That's why we have to charge you the SMT stencil cost when we sending you the quotation, because we have to use the SMT stencil to print the solder test onto the bare PCB, so that the components can be fully soldered onto the PCB. And after we finish the automatic solder test, the next machine is pick and place machine. Over here, you can see we have two pick and place machine. This one is high-speed pick and place machine. It's for small size components, and we also got another one, multifunctional pick and place machine. It's not only for small size components, but also for some large size components, such as some IC or some special connectors. After the pick and place is finished, all the components are on the PCB now, but the whole SMT production is not finished yet. So it needs to go through to the reflow oven. This one is reflow oven machine. We use this one to make sure all the components are fully soldering onto the box. And we also have some machines for quality control. Quality control is the very important process for the whole SMT production. So over here, you can see the FI machine, first article inspection, and also AOI machine. In our factory, we got 2 AOI machines. This one is offline AOI machine, and we also got another one online AOI machine. It's very important for you to control the right temperature for the box. So after the PCB goes through to the reflow oven, the SMT is finished. However, we have to check if all the boxes are 100% assembled. So we use AOI machine to check this. It's very important for the quality control. And we also have the X-ray machine for PGA components and SPI machine. SPI machine, it means solder paste inspection, because the solder paste should be carefully checked before going to the pick and place machine. And here we got a wet soldering oven is for DIP components. And this one is PCB baking machine. Some bare PCB or some components need to be baked before before assembling, so that they will have the better soldering quality. And this one is the machine for conformal coating. As we introduced before, we provide turnkey PCBA service from PCB manufacturing, PCB assembling, component sourcing, functional testing, and programming, also the conformal coating. So we use this machine for conformal coating. If you got the PCB inquiry, please contact us and we will sending you the quotation. Okay, and next question. What do we got? When you produce the first assembly, could you send me some photos to confirm the final products?
Yeah, sure. That's our process. We will send anything like before the production. We will send you an image of your PCB, and after the first sample, like you order some like a bulk order, we will send you the first assembly PCBA for your confirmation. After you confirm, then we will continue assembling the bulk order.
And next one.
What should I provide for the functional test?
Functional test. If you need a functional test, you can you just send us the industry for the functional test, and we will do it according to your request. All the boards, all the PCB will be tested before shipping. And next one. What kind of quality control process POE will do for turnkey PCB assembly?
We will do incoming control IQC, process controls of fabrication, final control, and inspection. POE owns various advanced test equipment, including AOI testing, 3D SPI testing, X-ray inspection, and in-circuit testing for finished PCB assembly, and outgoing audit.
Okay, we got this one. Why do I need to panel my boss?
We have answered this question before.
We have answered this. Okay, the next one. What do we got?
What is the delivery time for PCBA?
Delivery time for PCBA. If you just order the bare PCB, we will just take 4 to 5 days for the bare PCB. If you order the sample for the PCB assembly, we will take like 2 to 3 weeks for the fully PCB assembly. And also it depends on the quantity you need, and also on your design. And do we have more questions?
No.
Okay, so thanks for watching our live show. Let's talk about more details later.
你有毒啊！你今天怎么操场发会议了？我关了。时间还够。真的没够。公里记错了，现在才0个分，不止。那你的0他们6.05分才开始。06了，我知道他们6.02分才05分才开始。被他们坑5点，他们说
这是我的坑
我
了。
以为你不会讲更久。
然后呢？2点钟。
没有，没有。
你打下来呀？
你05分才开始啊？你以为你记错了吧？天哪，我以为他们是啊，所以时间是不够的。你
现在开始上学。
你还想把条文发设计给你？
答案都没有。他去年本来有几个常做项目嘛，结果涨价嘛，然后我们又出项目也修了半年。